welcome back, friends. It's time to go ahead and decorate our pot. If you emailed me, you got a blob of clay, and hopefully you pinched it into this beautiful looking kind of pot shape. All the different pots in class were very different sizes, very different shapes, which are really fun and exciting. And that's the great thing about making your own pinch pot and doing hand building. Now it's time for decoration, because hopefully after you got done making it, you brought it back to school, and then Mrs. Samala puts it in her kiln, the fire, and then I will give it back to you, and it's now hard and it's not ever going to go back into wet clay again. So it's time for decoration. When we're decorating today, I would have you use watercolor paints myself, but if you wanted to use food coloring, that's also an option if you don't have watercolors at home. Another option would be using kind of any paint, really. It's just that you'd water it down a little bit more. Watercolor, you don't have to water down, but other thicker paints you might have to. So there's so many wonderful opportunities when you go to watercolor on a pot, partly because you can blend colors and put colors on top of each other. Mrs. Samala is feeling in a sunshiny mood, so I immediately went over to my yellow to kind of brighten up that beautiful lip. It's one of my favorite areas to paint right away. And then I'm going to come over here with my orange, and I'm going to put orange on top of yellow because I like the way that orange glows when it's on top of yellow. I want to make sure that my watercolor paint isn't sticky as I'm using it. I want to make sure that it's still a little blendy, so a little bit watery, and it dries very fast on the clay, very fast. But if it gets sticky, what will happen is it just kind of gets kind of sticky and goopy on here, and you don't want to touch it because it'll get stuck to your hands. We don't want that. So then you can also decorate on the inside. So your top lip can be different from what's on the inside. The sides can be different from the bottom. These sides can be different from this bottom. And actually, now that I think about it, I would probably have you not decorate the bottom, simply because if it gets wet and it's sitting on something, it could stain something. So I like to just not decorate the bottom. I just leave it white. You could write your name on there with a marker if you wanted to, or put a heart on it with a permanent marker, something like that. As far as decoration goes, I feel like a clay piece usually looks, when it's fully decorated, when the sides are done, the top is done, and all of the inside is done. So I would really focus on trying to get all of those parts done. And then because it's not glazed, you don't want to ever put water in it, because it would wash off the watercolor or your paint. So it's meant for decoration, but you can certainly use it and put things in it. That's a great thing to do. And I like using patterns myself. So a lot of the first graders were putting stripes on here or polka dots, and you have all the time to really play with that opportunity. So go ahead and use whatever patterns and colors you want. And then I would love it if you would take a picture and send it to me in Seesaw so I could see your awesome creations. Have fun decorating and fully coloring up your pinch pot, friends, and have a great day. Thanks for watching. Bye.